What I want to do now is just record what's about to happen and make this the beginning of the show, because this is kind of a showstopper here.
Perfect.
Time Thieves is the feature, but we are at Dante's on Chicago Avenue. That is returning guest Mustafa. I'm bringing in some nachos. All right, so we're here for a pop-up. Explain what Jonathan.
Yeah, here.
This is Moose. That's Jonathan from Time Thieves. They're both from Time Thieves.
So you guys are actually joining us on the night where we're doing one of our vegan pop-ups over here at Dante's. We always do the last Tuesday of the month. And tonight's theme is vegan Taco Bell. We call this the Taco Hell. We got 2 Crunchwraps right here for you guys. And then we also made a couple of vegan chocolate chip cookies. There you go. I mean, well, I'll wrap up anything you guys want to take home. And then we got some nachos right here. We make the taco meat. We make the cheese sauce. We unfortunately sold all out of the sour cream. Oh. So there's no sour cream on there, but this one was good. You could totally eat like a glutton. And still watch your cholesterol.
This looks like Taco Bell, but it's not. It's better.
No, it is better because there's no animal in this at all. It's guilt-free. Your doctor will thank you because of the cholesterol is low to none. But this is a company, Palermo's, that was started by my friend Alex Palermo. She started the company on her own like 5 years ago. And then in the last year, our friend, Adam Sherman, from bands like, Budget Cuts, which is a new band, and also, Bong Mountain, and then myself, the 3 of us just partnered up and we've been doing pop-ups, every month now. And, I'm happy to, make some of this food that I've missed. You know what I mean? Ever since I became, a vegan.
How long have you,
5 years now, almost 6.
Great.
Yeah. Almost 6, yeah. It's fantastic. Like I said, you could still be a glutton and eat kind of like an asshole, and but you're not, no killing when involved in this at all, and obviously, like I said, there's a ton of health. Yeah, hell yeah. But also a ton of health benefits. Obviously, just. Both my parents had dementia, and really they say, like, if I got that gene, I got like a 16 times higher chance of getting it. And right now, one of the only things that they know that combats anything like that would be a plant-based diet.
Really? And so is this soy?
Yeah, so textured vegetable protein, that's definitely what the beef,
delicious.
The ground beef. Oh, thanks.
And there's a little bit of spice in there, a little bit of heat.
Yeah, oh yeah. I mean, really, like, where we shine is all of the spices that we use, because I mean, a lot of the the seitan, it's like basically like messing up a loaf of bread, but you got to season it the right way, you got to soak it the right way, and high in protein.
It's delicious.
Oh, thanks, man.
All right, so now, if you're listening or watching, we'll do the interview.
Yep. Nice to meet you.
It's car con carne. Let's eat in the car. It's car con carne. And now here's the star of our show, James Van Alstyne.
Okay, this right here is Car Con Carne, not in the car. We're in the back room of Dante's. Dante's, 1936 West Chicago Avenue. Dante's Tavern serves up much-loved New York-style pizza and a comfortable and predictably unpretentious West Town neighborhood bar, keeping things delicious and simple with great food, quality cocktails, a pool table, private party room. This is the private party room.
Oh.
And the ever-present punk and metal soundtrack. That's where we are. I'm James Van Alstyne. I'm joined right there by Jonathan from Time Thieves, a returning guest.
Hello.
Coincidentally, not really coincidentally, Jonathan is also the proprietor, the person behind Exploding House Printing. And usually this is where I'd read a message about Exploding House. You're here.
Nepotism.
What is Exploding House Printing, Jonathan?
It is my screen printing shop and embroidery shop that sponsors this program, this very fine program.
Thank you.
that
God
I
bless
love.
You.
We do a lot of screen printing for, what do you have? Bands, brands, and automobiles. I don't remember what our
Bands and brands. I mean,
your copy was.
If you have a brand, I mean, if you're out there in public, you can accommodate their
That's
needs.
true. A lot of the bands that come through here, I think we've printed for. We print for Dante's right where we are right now.
You do embroidered work, you do merch, T-shirts.
Yeah, pretty much anything that you or your brand or band needs, we can put your logo on it and send it out the door to your shows or your
And see,
store.
Jonathan's local. Like, he is right here where, in West Town now. Jonathan's based in Hermosa. That's where the shop is.
We do mostly local stuff, but we'll also ship nationally, and we do that often too. So, yeah, I don't know. ExplodingHousePrinting.com if you want to check it out.
I love local people supporting local people. So, Time Thieves, if you want to go do the deep dive into Time Thieves, that we talked last summer in the car.
Was that last summer already?
I know.
Really? When was that?
It was a burst appendix ago, in the way I think.
Yeah, for you and for me too, I guess.
Speaking of which, so my medical concerns have been documented on this podcast. I think this is the second beer I've had since I...
Cheers to that.
Cheers.
That's exciting.
And because it's the second beer I've had, this is the most delicious old style I think I've ever had in my life.
It was very cold.
It was very cold.
We could say this about Dante's. They serve the coldest beer in town. I can attest to that.
That's a differentiator. That's
It's not
meaningful.
the warmest.
No.
It's the coldest.
So last summer we talked in depth about the band. Now this is exciting. Empty Bottle on the 26th February. It's a Thursday night. It is Time Thieves. This is the album release show.
Yes, it's our LP release show.
So, and this is a stacked lineup. You've got Earl Gary opening up, Al Scorch, a returning favorite to the Time Thieves opening act lineup,
I love Al.
and the Josh Caterer Trio.
We love Josh. We love Smoking Popes. We love Josh.
I mean, Josh, of course, most famous for the Car Con Carne theme song, but he'll be opening up for Time Thieves on the 26th of Empty Bottle. So this is an LP release show. Do you mean it? Is this really an LP?
Yes, it is an LP, and it's an LP of the 2 EPs we put out last year. And I brought this for you.
It looks like a bag.
It's disguised as a bag. So we're putting out an LP version of, well, there's more stuff in here, and we'll get to that. LP version of the 2 EPs that you reviewed and talked about last year on the podcast. And kind of what we were talking about before is we had, it's like, what do we do with these songs? Are we just putting stuff out on the internet and that's it? Or it's exciting. We're excited about it.
And it's a gorgeous
The
cover.
record itself came out beautifully. Regardless of how you feel about the songs, the piece of wax.
Did you do the artwork?
So yes, Tim did all the artwork for the cover. That front picture is a picture that Annie, the bass player, took of one of her patients. She's a veterinarian. And then that photo on the back is one that I took. I don't remember where that was. We just liked it. I essentially wanted to do like an inverse color scheme of what we did on the front, which was red and black. We wanted to do black and red. So, and then the vinyl itself is cool too. So anyway, that's what we're putting out on the 26th.
This is so exciting. I don't know why I had it in my head that you were just going to release an album, but it was going to be digital. This is great.
Well, I mean, yeah, I guess that was an option too, but I wanted to have a physical thing to like demarcate this point in time. We did all the songs. We spent a lot of time last year finishing the songs, putting them out on the internet, and why not have
something
a
to show
real
for
thing? Yes. So it was like, it was either this or just start back over and do more EPs as put out blindly onto the abyss of the internet. So there we go.
If You Survive is the most recent one, and then Come Home was earlier 2025. Did it work out so it's an EP on each side?
Yeah, that's exactly
amazing.
what it is. So it's an EP LP. It's a side A is Come Home, and then
so
side
great.
B is If You Survive. And then we might have talked about this in the podcast, but it basically turns into an arc. Like, it has an overarching arc as an album when you listen to it that way, but it wasn't necessarily meant that way until we kind of got a little further in the weeds of like putting it all together. I'm like, this could actually be a record, but I don't want to wait a whole year to put a whole record out. So
There's something special about having your music on something physical, like it's something you can keep and hold. What does it mean to you?
well, I mean, it sounds better, I think, first of all. Like I think
Are you one of those people you think vinyl sounds better than digital?
like
And I say that like I'm persecuting you. Like, are you one of those people?
I am only for my own band because I hate the way I sound, and vinyl makes it a little less perfect. It's got a little more warmth, I think, than when you hear every imperfection on a digital, platform. My record player that we have at home is not great, so it's, we put it on, sit 20 feet away. I'm like, damn, this sounds pretty good.
And I've talked about this before. I probably talked about it with you. There's something about physical media, like especially with vinyl, when you put it on, that's what you're doing for the next 15, 20
You
minutes.
have to sit there and listen to it.
You're not recuing it.
Yeah.
Like you, as a listener, as a fan, you are immersed in that musician's art. And I love that.
Yeah, it's more, it definitely feels more personal. And, there's liner notes and stuff to read and other stuff to look at and all that kind of stuff. If you can hold someone's attention for that long in this world now, I mean, that's it. Like,
Well, that's not to
doing
say
it.
that they're not scrolling on the phone as they're listening to the record, but at least they're listening to the record.
Yeah, or they had to walk away and forgot that they put it on and then started all over, so that's fine too. So,
Like-
do you have one of those 5-disc? No, that's what we have at home.
Do you like
Yeah.
the spindle where
Where it drops down the next. Dum, dum, dum.
this has to be an old school turntable.
It
There's
is very
no,
old.
yeah. There's no way they still make those.
Yeah, I don't know actually.
I used to, you kind of stack them up and
Yeah,
that's
and
the
you
way
just
to do
listen to
it.
side A of every record, and then you switch them all over when they're, that's fun. We just bought at an estate sale this old German radio, cabinet thing that was like from the 60s that had not been touched since the 60s. It was basically brand new.
So do you normally go to estate sales?
No, we just started. Like we just
I'm kind of
started.
interested in, like, I go to antique stores and antique malls. That quest for treasure is very appealing to me.
Yeah. I wasn't as interested in it at first. My wife wanted to go. It was for her birthday, and I was like, yeah, I mean, of course, let's do that. And then I was like, this is super cool. But it's also kind of grim. Just a little grim.
Predatory, like,
I don't know. It was just, it's weird. I mean, I ended up hearing how the lady whose house we were at, how she died.
you don't want that.
I didn't really want to hear that.
As you're rifling through her things, you don't want to hear that. Yeah.
But then I was like, you know what? We're not like flippers. Like we were looking for cool things to like make our home better.
Right.
And I did notice that a lot of people that were there were like, it seemed like they were like flippers. You know what I mean?
Right. They're
Trying
going
to
there
get
to
something and-
get something for cheap so they can charge more for it.
Exactly. And like this guy who was doing the sale was like, had these signs all over the house that were like, if you're nice, you'll get a good deal. Smile more, like weird shit like that. And I'm like, what? I don't know. This is just something weird. But he ended up liking us because we were like,
Because you're nice.
I mean, we didn't know what the thing was. Like, I was like, what is this all about? And like asking about things. Even we walked out of there with 2 dressers, this giant stereo that is really cool, which also has that 5-spin record player. It doesn't work. So that's at the shop now trying to be fixed. And so we're well down the rabbit hole of fixing 60s German record players that don't have parts that you can just hit. So I don't know. But I will say that stereo sounds amazing. It sounds so good. So
I to your point, I don't mind the imperfections. I don't mind the pops. I don't mind any of that stuff.
I like that stuff. And Tim, the other guitar player, we were talking about this recently with the advent of AI and where that's
Tim
all
Reynolds
going.
of Time Thieves.
Reynolds, who should be here, but he said he felt bad. So it's probably better not to get the whole restaurant sick. With the advent of AI and music and all that kind of stuff, like he was talking about how soon it will be more normal to have imperfections. So we spent so much time in bands, like getting the imperfections out of our recordings, and from at a certain point, like just recording it as it was, letting it be what it is, to this last 30 years of like trying to make the most perfect sounding records ever, to now they're too perfect.
I've told this story before. As you probably know, I started my career in radio,
Right.
and my background is live radio. And so I came to, it was the Loop in 2016. It was my first time working on the Loop. And I had never worked with voice tracking before, which is the art of pre-recording all of your breaks in and out of songs and just loading them into a computer so they fire off automatically.
Oh.
And I found it very alien. I was used to like watching the time tick down on a song, turn on your mic and talk. And
That's so weird.
My boss at the time said, "Oh, you're going to love voice tracking. You'll never do a bad break again." And along the lines of what you're saying, I strongly disagreed with that practice.
Yeah.
Because I think it's the fuck ups, it's the flaws, it's the foibles of the talent that make them personalities.
Yeah.
I want to hear how they recover when they fuck up.
Absolutely.
I don't want to hear perfect breaks from, a DJ introducing a Stained record. Like I want to hear someone mess up.
You as a listener, you're always waiting for when they fuck up hitting the post. Like, he's saying,
I've stepped over vocals. I've done all of that stuff.
But those are fun. Like those are the things that you remember. I love that kind of stuff. But I also grew up on radio, so.
Did you really?
Yeah, I mean, listening to radio, not on the radio.
Well, right.
But yeah, like, I mean, an 80s kid, I had the Smurf Walkman was my first, like, a piece of electronics, I believe. So.
Yeah, my kids have no concept of what that's like.
Yeah.
And this is something that we don't experience in the present days, that shared experience at the same time. Back in the day, you'd listen to the radio, you'd hear the same song at the same time as your friends.
Exactly.
And you'd be able to talk about it. And now it's just, it's all very siloed.
Me and my buddy have a list of songs that we would never, ever put on. Like, I would never put on Metallica's Unforgiven or something. Well, maybe I would. But some songs like that where you would hear them on the radio and be like, yes, but you were never like seeking them out.
Yes.
Like, I can't think of another example, but
but radio songs, like
radio songs. Like
I'll give you the best example
with other people
that I can think of. A radio song that lives on the radio, but I would never buy the album or listen to it at home. It's Flagpole Sitta by Harvey Danger.
Okay, exactly. That's a great one. I love that song
it's
too.
A fantastic
but you
song.
got to hear it on the radio.
Yeah, don't need the album. I'm good.
I think if it came on streaming, like in a radio, I might skip it. I'm not sure. But on the radio, you're like, yes.
Yeah, that's where it belongs. That you are a radio song, Flagpole Sitta.
And I think that, personally, that's all I think I ever want out of any band thing. Like, give me the level of success that a Flagpole Sitta has.
That's it. All you need is one hit, and you're good. And you could play the suburban street festivals every summer.
Oh my God, that's the dream.
That's the dream.
What else do you need? Like, give me a Mike and the Mechanics level of success, and then I'm good to go.
Now, to be fair, they got that success because of Genesis.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Mike
Was that a spinoff band?
Mike Rutherford of Genesis. That's his band. Like, I think they had a little extra push.
Yeah, that doesn't count then.
Yeah, no, it doesn't count.
So he's like a millionaire multiple times over, probably.
But let's say Peter Schilling level of success. The person behind Major Tom. Yes.
Yeah, we put out a cover of that song in 2021, and I was like tagging Peter Schilling. No response.
What's he doing?
He's still living on that. I know
he's still
living on that song. He's still living on that song. I mean, I imagine that he probably is very enriched with. He's probably still making music and art that has. I think he hates that song at this point.
I wonder that, because you hear different bands talk about that. If you have one hit, like, doesn't it feel good to have something that universally makes people happy?
It's a bummer when people forget that. I can see why. I to a lesser degree understand not wanting to always play the hit and whatnot. But come on, man. There he is. Here he comes. Look at this guy.
Mustafa Daka, returning
Are you
guest.
so busy?
Dude, this is the craziest we've ever been. I planned on coming in here with food a little earlier. I'll try to whip up something. Are you guys hungry?
Always.
Eat whatever you
All right, I'm gonna whip up a little something for you, but we technically just sold out, which is crazy. Yeah.
You're amazing. Thanks, Moose.
Come on back.
Returning guest, Mustafa Daka, percussive force.
What is this? His second appearance this
Twice
year.
a week. Yeah. So yes, Moose is the drummer, in addition to Time Thieves, drummer for the Brokedowns, who are...
And he also did a stint with the Popes this last
Yes.
year for 3 weeks, I think. And what month was that? He had a very busy last year. It was crazy. So he's basically all tied into this show and this restaurant, and he's a man about town.
He is. But that's a very Chicago thing, isn't it? Like, everyone kind of knows each other, plays with each other. They
Right.
just don't be a dick. Like,
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. If you are known as a nice person that isn't a dick, and all that kind of stuff, everyone wants to be in a band with you.
and that's the thing about
Plus the
Chicago.
talent.
This is... People here are just nice. I mean, at the end of the day, this is still the Midwest. As long as you're not driving on the Kennedy in rush hour, everyone in the city's nice.
Yeah, exactly. That basically says it all.
Do you drive?
Not so much because I don't have to drive for work because I live basically where I work. So I do drive though. I drive a lot, but not for work. So it's nice.
People have lost their minds on the road.
I was going to say that after COVID, well, I moved my shop into my basement of my old house while I was transitioning to where we are now. And so I stopped driving as much, but I used to drive to Little Italy every day.
Mhm.
And then, from where I was in Logan Square. So that's a pretty far daily commute. Since then, I'm like, what the fuck is going on out here? Is it me? Am I getting older? And everyone is like, no, it's different.
No one's paying attention.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And there is kind of like an every person for themselves feeling on the road.
It's wild.
I ran a quick set of errands yesterday, and I used my horn 3 times, and I never use the horn. But and it wasn't like me being an asshole. It was, hey, I'm hitting this so that you don't hit my car.
That, and I mean, sometimes really, truly, people really need to know that they have to stop looking at their phone now. And it's time to drive. You're the front of the line. It's fucking green, dude. You have to go.
All right. So Time Thieves, Empty Bottle, the 26th. It is the album release show. It is an actual album. What's the trajectory for Time Thieves after that? I mean, it seems like you're full speed ahead right now.
Yeah, we're trying to kind of hit the ground running this year with shows to sell these records. So that's really what I want to do, is I want to get out and sell some records and play some shows. So I think that's kind of the goal. After the 26th, we have 2 dates after that. We're playing in Champaign and Urbana with Hospital Job and, oh God, I can't remember who. Playing with Hospital Job, who's one of my favorite bands in the Midwest. You know that band?
No, I don't. And that's Tim's, like...
Tim was in that band for like a decade or more. He's currently not in the band. I don't know what the deal is with that. I think he is or isn't. I don't know. Anyway, they're a great band. It's Luke from the Copyrights other band. So they were playing with them, and then on the day after that, we're playing in Carbondale with Attic Salt, who's also a great Midwestern band from Springfield, I think. Gosh, if they're not from Springfield, I'll feel like a real dick. But and so we're playing at PK's.
So you're just driving straight down Illinois.
Little weekender, coming right back. So, and then after that, we've got a couple of things lined up for the rest of the year. So we're not sure yet.
And then there's an extended version of Offer What You May. Is that online only?
Right. So, okay. So we're doing all this, like, publicity pushes and stuff like that with the guy that I'm working with. So he's, getting us. And in fact, he introduced me to you. That's how we met the first time. And so we're also re-releasing these songs as an LP or like an album digitally, under the advice of also having something extra. So there'll be some like demos from the original sessions and like putting all these songs together, and then an extended version of the last song, which will only be digital. That's going to be the thing that to push people to, if they're not going to buy the record, you're going to listen to this digitally. It'll be out the same day as the release show is the plan.
I love it. And again, the 26th at Empty Bottle.
And for that, we are we are selling tickets online for that. So timethieves.org has all the ticket information. We're doing a bundle. This is also part of what I wanted to give you.
Oh, right. Okay, let's see the bundle.
Well, so this is actually maybe too apropos. I brought you two because I wasn't sure what size you are, and I didn't want to be presumptuous. So
I love that.
if you don't want one, you can give it to someone else. Oh, hopefully one of them will fit. Because that's all we had. Honestly, we're out of the other sizes, but we are doing a bundle on our website that has a tote bag and a T-shirt. None of these are the actual thing, but I thought that this shirt might be maybe too apropos for you right now. This is from the twisted mind of Tim Reynolds. So it was one of
donated my organs to Time Thieves.
One of his designs for this album. We put out a bunch of different random shirt designs and crap. So we're putting that.
I would give you whatever organ you need.
Well, except the one.
Except can't do the appendix anymore.
Did you take one home or anything in like a hermetically sealed jar that they would give you?
They didn't give me like a little specimen plate with my appendix. When
for all the money you had to pay for that?
For all the money. Well, here's the thing. It's a lot of money to have surgery, kids. I was supposed to have my surgery just 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. You were supposed to. You got in early.
I got in early. I got in the Monday before Christmas, which meant I got it in before the end of the year, which from an insurance perspective
is good or bad?
Great.
Oh, interesting.
Great, because my copay shit and my deductible would have started fresh in January.
Okay, so you can have another appendix burst this year. Yeah, now
I'm looking at the gallbladder as my next step. But again, Empty Bottle on the 26th. Exploding House Printing is where bands and other people.
If you would like merch, hit me up. Thank you.
We're looking at merch right. And by the way, these are nice quality T-shirts.
Oh, that's actually a cheapo Gildan, but
is it really?
It is, but it's
nice.
It's a nice. I think they redid the 5000. If any T-shirt nerds out there, it feels softer and nicer than the old 5000. Like a Gildan. Yeah, it's surprising. I pulled that out. I had some extras laying around, and I was like, "Oh, these are nicer than I remember."
Yeah.
I typically, that's the cheap shirt that. If you want the most economical way, I'll push you that way. But I usually try to get people to get nicer stuff just because most people don't want the Gildan shirt. You're not going to go up to these days at a show and see a Gildan shirt that says $25 and you're like, man, most people are smart enough now that they know that's kind of bullshit.
Yeah, you look at the second you look at it, it shrinks.
Yeah, exactly. And so this isn't the best of those, but that's all I had today. I was like, I finished up this huge order. I was like, oh, I got to get him a shirt. Sorry.
All good.
And I didn't have what I thought was your size. We did these.
So what sizes did you bring?
Large and extra large, but I wasn't sure if
I could probably do both.
All we had was 3X. So we had done a promotion for the pre-order for this LP. The first 50 people that ordered it got a free shirt, which was that. And so we blew through all the normal sizes when that happened. So I only had, 3X small left over. Anyway, that's why. And so for this pre-sale or for the ticket bundle thing that we're doing on the website, we're doing a different T-shirt by a mystery artist.
Oh,
who I won't say on this podcast to drive the traffic if there is any. To my website, timethieves.org. The bundle comes with a shirt designed by a very well-known, amazing Chicago artist, who I'm very excited to be working with, and he's an old friend. So
amazing.
Yes.
Timethieves.org.
Yes, and it'll be right there.
Awesome. All right, Jonathan, thank you. We're going to pause.
Thank
maybe we'll come back. Maybe we won't. We just don't know.
We're waiting for food now.
It's all on Moose.
It'll be here.